All right. Hopefully you guys can see me. All right, we are live. Welcome to the Wrestling Pod. I am your host, Carlito Santiago, and today I'm here to predict Money in the Bank. If you can't see, of course, everything is green. It's beautiful. We got white, we got green, we got 4 matches set for the card. I'm not a fan of this. I'm not a fan of this for a couple reasons. One, of course, R-Truth not fucking being here anymore. I digress. WWE has stacked up a card for us for, of course, Money in the Bank. One of the, I guess you could say, top 5 out of the major 4. The event is based around the Money in the Bank ladder match, a multi-man ladder match in which participants compete to obtain a contract that grants the respective men's and women's winner a championship match of their choice at any time within to the next year. So let's mark this in our calendars. We'll say June 7th, because June 7th is when it's happening. June 7th of 2025. Of course, up to June 7th of 2026, which will be a Sunday. They have until a Sunday. But today, Money in the Bank, or Money in the Bank Los Angeles, is an upcoming wrestling event, of course, live streaming on Peacock. And of course, Netflix network. This is going to be set on Saturday, June 7th, 2025, in the Intuit Turbo Dome, or the Intuit TurboTax. Right? That's where their Intuit got. It's the Intuit Dome. It's in Inglewood. It's the same place they did the Netflix debut. This will be the first Money in the Bank to broadcast on Netflix on most international markets. John Cena's last time to be here with the "last time is now" slogan. We have a lot of storylines, but of course we have 2 Money in the Bank ladder matches. We have 2 other matches, a tag team match and a women's championship match. So let's get into it, shall we? Let's get to predicting. So, as you know, predicting these matches are going to be, of course, standard. And one rule I do have is, of course, that with multi-man matches, there's multiple options to go with. I will break down each person in the matches so that you get a better understanding of why I think they are or aren't going to win. Assuming that this is the lineup and ahead, we're going to start with the men's Money in the Bank ladder match, which features Solo Sikoa, LA Knight, Penta, Seth Rollins, Andrade, and El Grande Americano. Let me start by talking about Solo Sikoa. Solo Sikoa, the leader of the new Bloodline, or Bloodline 2.0, has been doing an exceptional job in his position or his role. He's kind of more of a side character right now, feeling to Jacob Fatu's U.S. title run. But Solo Sikoa should have been bigger during LA Knight's run as the U.S. champion. It never got to it because Solo had to deal with family problems, family issues, family business. Solo Sikoa being in this match makes him the bigger man, so it makes him feel more powerful, it makes him feel dominant, it makes him one of those kind of unique characters to have, kind of your big man, like I'm going to brawl with a bunch of people. Let me explain to you guys why I don't think Solo's going to win. Solo is not going to win this match due to the fact that him and Jacob is the summer plan. The summer plan should be, or will be, him and Jacob Fatu in a one-on-one match. And like I said, I believe that Solo will be the reason Jacob loses the title. I don't know to who, though. I don't know if it will be Rey Fenix. I don't know if it's going to be, who else could it be? Aleister Black, maybe. Possibility. But yeah, Solo Sikoa has business with his own family. So say his family. Jacob Fatu is his big feud. And I don't know what's next for Solo after this. I honestly don't. I honestly think Solo needs a manager, because he can't speak worth shit. And that's me being honest. So I don't think Solo's winning this match. He will have a feud with Jacob Fatu. And in the meantime, we can move on to the next person who I don't think is going to win. And that is, of course, El Grande Americano, a.k.a. Chad Gable. So El Grande Americano adds a bit of flavor to this, of course, in the sense of mystery. The mysterious El Grande Americano being in this match just because Penta's in here. El Grande's not winning this either, but I love the fact that we could get, a luchador up at the top rope, and Gable could grab the briefcase, and then, of course, rip the mask off and realize that it's Gable, and Gable has now a title opportunity of his choosing, which I don't see happening either. Plus, El Grande Americano, I believe, is still the Speed Champion, so, yeah, sure, you have a champion in this match, technically. El Grande's not going to win because he's still feuding with luchadors, of course, having to borrow Chad Gable's boots, and, of course, one in particular clip that really gets me is that Adam Pearce said El Grande, and Gable responded quickly to that. So there's no convincing me that this isn't Chad Gable. Okay, this is 100% Chad Gable. And if they're gonna try to make it out to be somebody else, fuck off. Penta is in the same position. Penta's not winning simply because he's in a feud with El Grande Americano, but Penta is close. He would be my next choice, honestly, because Penta comes close to being that individual to, first Money in the Bank debut, and he's already kind of into it. It's fucking good. I love what Penta's doing. I don't really know what to say about Penta. All I know is that he's not winning because he's in the feud with El Grande. But Penta brings a lot to the table. His high flying athletic ability, his appeal to the crowd. He adds a lot of depth to this match. And there's going to be a spot, and I guarantee it, there's going to be a big man spot where you see Bronson Reed, Braun Breaker, Jacob Fatu, Jeff Cobb, and Penta El Grande, or Andrade even, will do a flip, and they'll land right on that, like any big man spot will. So there's that. You also have Andrade to speak of. Andrade is highly speak of. Andrade is the same thing as Penta, a little different though. Andrade is really left with having to pick up the scraps of what's left, I guess, in this match. Honestly, Andrade has a lot of I forget. Honestly, Andrade, damn. I really haven't sat down and thought about Andrade a lot. That's crazy. Andrade would benefit a lot from winning the Money in the Bank briefcase too. But I don't think Andrade's going to win. Andrade could honestly team up with Aleister Black to take on Carmelo and fucking... That would be something for them. Now, also to mention Andrade too. Andrade's also trying to form his new version of the Legado del Fantasma with Angel Umberto. So, we could be either shifting Santos out of that role and having Santos and Andrade fight each other, like one-on-one, maybe. Maybe for a AAA event. Ooh, that might be good. It's not going to happen at Worlds Collide. But Andrade is going to start being that leader kind of role, or that kind of, like he was in AEW. So now that leaves us with two. That leaves us with two people. LA Knight, yeah, and Seth fucking Rollins. Seth Rollins is kind of my main prediction just because of his promo on Raw and how the future, of course, is revolving around Rollins, because he's a visionary. He is a revolutionary. He is Seth fucking Rollins. But I don't think Seth Rollins wins it just because Punk is also there. Do mind you, Punk has a chance to screw him. Of course, when you have that big man spot, Punk could easily take out Rollins and screw him out of the briefcase, which will set him ablaze. It'll set him on fire. It will set him... it will make Rollins so fucking pissed that we might get a SummerSlam match with Rollins and Punk, which will be fucking fire. I don't know who Uso's SummerSlam opponent will be. But what I can tell you is that LA Knight would also benefit from this. And LA Knight's on SmackDown, so this is even better. And LA Knight is from LA! So everybody gets a win-win here. It's probably Rollins. But I have LA Knight as my pick for winning this match. It's big. It's exciting. I hope LA Knight Girl watches this and knows that I'm rooting for LA Knight. I should actually send her, I should text her and say, hey, I think LA Knight's winning the briefcase. And she'll probably say, you know it. I don't know. Anyway, LA Knight is my pick to win the match. Honestly, Seth Rollins will probably win it. No, this match is kind of dull to me. The people in it, honestly, it's not as good as the women's. I think the women's looks better. The women's looks so much better. But the men involved in the men's one, again, Rollins is a good choice. I think LA Knight steals it. I think they kick off the show, and hey, if you want to kick off a good show, you want to make this feel like a good show, hey, have LA Knight fucking win it. LA Knight can benefit from this, and I'm thinking long term too. If you guys remember the picture of Cody being raised, remember the main picture, actually, since we're on the stream, right here. Hopefully I can yeah, you guys can see it right here. So in the picture here, as you guys can see, let me stretch this out a bit. You guys can see Cody's being held up as a champion, right? Now, this is what I've been wanting to get at. A lot of people at my work, I've been telling, look at this photo right here. Look at this photo, okay? Cody's the champion. Cena's pointing to him. There's Kevin Owens, there's LA Knight, and there's Randy Orton. So, two people are holding him up, Jey Uso and Sami Zayn. Now, remember at WrestleMania 41, John Cena turned heel and already defeated Cody, okay? So Cena's champion. Then Jey Uso picked it up. Jey Uso is champion now, okay? Randy Orton being the babyface, now fighting Cena. Obviously, Kevin Owens being the heel, fighting Orton, right? Where's LA Knight been in all of this? We know, and Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn, in my opinion, is next to be the world champion, right? Sami Zayn's next to be world champion, but LA Knight is off the side here, and I think LA Knight wins the briefcase. So, when Cody regains this championship back from Cena at the end of the year, LA Knight will cash in on Cody and will become The Rock's champion. I think that's the setup. Owens hopefully could be back, but Sami Zayn will also become world champion in this. So, giving these guys, the championship. Obviously, giving Jay the championship first before, whatever. Anyway, I just wanted you guys to, get that concept. So, Cody lost to Cena, Cena's champion, but Jey Uso won the world championship, right? So Sami Zayn's next to win the world championship. Not from Uso. I did make a hint at possibly Sami turning heel. I don't think that's happening anymore. I think Sami Zayn wins the Rumble next year. Hopefully, time will change, but hopefully that's a setup that WWE has. But again, Kevin Owens already turned heel and really hasn't done much, and his injury honestly sidelined him, and you know what? I'm okay with Kevin Owens being sidelined. Cena's doing some incredible work, sort of. Orton just got beat by Cena and doing something off somewhere else now. Hasn't shown up since. But LA Knight hasn't had anything to do other than fighting solo. So one of my problems is that he's fighting solo. So, to go back to this, I do believe that LA Knight should pick up the win here in LA and fucking win the Money in the Bank. Rollins being screwed by Punk in order for Knight to win. So, my prediction for this match is Seth Rollins and LA Knight to win it. If not Rollins, then LA. If not LA, then Rollins. So, Seth Rollins and LA Knight are my predictions for the men's Money in the Bank. Next up, let's talk about the women's Money in the Bank. Let's just get that out the way, too. We have Alexa Bliss, Roxanne, Rhea Ripley, Julia, Naomi, and Stephanie Vakir. Stephanie Vakir and Julia are new to this, so for first comers, obviously, I gotta mention that I don't think either of them winning, but they do bring something to the table. Obviously, Stephanie Vakir. Oh, gotta love that booty, man. Gotta love that fucking booty. Oh, yeah, Booker T loves that booty. No, but Julia and Stephanie both add something unique to this match. They're both debuting into this match. They're both Superstar Triple H is bringing up. Both have incredible backgrounds in New Japan and also in AEW with Vikir. Julia has been good too, but with newcomers in this match, I don't think they win it. They're getting their toes in the water and they're trying to feel for, like they haven't scratched the surface yet. They're still getting into that groove and they're still getting into that thing. So again, we got to wait to see. Alexa Bliss, again, great person in this. I've loved Alexa Bliss, especially her Money in the Bank win and cash in on Nia Jax. I thought that was beautiful because I love the Fight Fury of Bliss. Alexa Bliss, to me, in this one is very different. Alexa Bliss is a former Money in the Bank winner, so she has experience winning it and competing in it. Alexa Bliss also has been hanging around Charlotte, so we do know that Alexa Bliss plans on, if winning the briefcase, to cash in for the World Championship, and of course challenging Flair for the title. So we do know that that's a guarantee if that happens. I don't think Bliss wins it. She could be hanging around Charlotte just to get close to her, to kind of juice her up a bit, to make her feel like she's important, but actually, really, she's not. I don't know what Alexa Bliss and Charlotte's deal is. We still got to find out what's really going on between those two, because they're kind of like this right now. They're probably going to be like this, but right now they're kind of like this. So I don't know what's going on with Bliss and Flair. So at that point, I got to rule out Bliss because I don't know what's going on there until we find out what the fuck they're kind of headed for. There's that. Rhea Ripley. She might get screwed. She might get screwed. Like Rollins, might get screwed. One thing to also remind you is that Io Sky and Tiffany Stratton are champions. Now, Io Sky and Tiffany Stratton are both baby faces, which has led me to conclude that in order for anyone to win, and I don't think it's going to be a babyface, because not that many people get intrigued by a babyface versus babyface, and like I've said, babyface versus babyface does work because one of them is going to turn heel. And, well, that's a possibility. But I don't see it happening. So, we need a heel Money in the Bank winner. And who better yet to be a heel Money in the Bank winner than none other than Roxanne Perez? Because all she wants to do is be a part of the Judgment Day. So, Roxanne Perez, to me, is young, talented, and I think she adds a little bit of this to the Judgment Day. Causes more tension and drama for the Judgment Day members, including Liv Morgan and Raquel, who could possibly be helping her to win it. Right? So then Liv Morgan thinks like, oh, okay, if she wins it, cashes in, I could probably get my opportunity at the Women's World Championship, right? Bringing gold to the Judgment Day. And we can just feud it among ourselves, right? Win-win for all of us. If not her, the only other person who's really done a great amount of success in this match, as a character, has been Naomi, and I think Naomi would also benefit from it. So, Naomi adds a lot to the card here. Of course, Io or Tiffany, either or, but Naomi feels like that star that could feud with Tiffany during the summer. So, I'm going to give it to you like this. My main prediction here is Roxanne Perez wins the Women's Money in the Bank ladder match. She wins it, and she challenges for Io's title, or she challenges for Tiffany, either or, it doesn't matter. All I know is that Roxanne's going to cash in, and it's going to be memorable. I know her cash in will be memorable. I don't know about Knights, and I don't know about Rollins, but I know Roxanne's will. And if not Roxanne, then Naomi as a backup. So my main prediction for winning the Women's Money in the Bank is Roxanne Perez. Let's move on to this next match, which I think is fucking retarded. Well, sorry, I shouldn't say the R word. I should honestly say stupid. Right? This stipulation is fucking horrendous. It's ridiculous. I'm sorry for using the R word, and I'm sorry if I offend any of you, but I don't give a shit. So, on night 2 of WrestleMania 41, Lyra Valkyria teamed up with a returning Becky Lynch to win the women's tag team title, only to immediately lose them the next night on Raw. What a dumb fucking decision that was, which infuriated Lynch to a turn on Valkyria. The two would then face each other at Backlash for Valkyria's Women's Intercontinental Championship, where Valkyria retained, but after the match, Becky Lynch attacked her further. Valkyria cost Lynch her Money in the Bank qualifying match on the May 19th episode of Raw. On May 26th, the rematch for the Women's Intercontinental Championship was scheduled for Money in the Bank on that night of Raw, Becky Lynch proposed a last chance stipulation where if Valkyria won, she would never challenge for the title again as long as Valkyria was champion. But if Lynch won, Valkyria would have to raise her hand and recognize Becky as the better woman, the same way Lynch did back at NXT Halloween Havoc in 2023 when she lost the NXT Women's Championship to Valkyria, who subsequently agreed. So this is going straight back to fucking Halloween Havoc. Listen, man, with a stipulation like this, so realize, if Becky loses, she can't challenge for the championship again as long as Valkyria is champion. But if Valkyria loses, she has to raise Becky's hand in an honor of respect, recognize Becky as a better woman out of respect. Hell no, fuck that. Hold on. After the fact that you attack, like if this is just real life, like me, like first off, you attacked me, beat me up after our first match with each other, or sorry, after being in a tag team. Then I defend my title against you in a match. I retain, and yet you beat me up again. So you did this twice. Do you honestly expect me to raise your fucking hand after beating me twice? After the fact? After the match? Fuck no. But because the stipulation right here is if Becky loses, she can no longer challenge for the title, tells me that Becky Lynch could possibly be winning the championship from Valkyria. And the fact that it's on a pay-per-view, the fact that it's on a card, and it gives you big draws, of course. Honestly, nothing fucking changes because they're almost the same. They're almost literally the same. The only difference is that Valkyria is younger and Becky has more experience. That's it. Remove Becky's experience, what is she? She's the same shit as Valkyria. Same fucking copy-paste fucking thing. You're not losing or you're not changing anything with this. I could care less about this match. You want a popcorn match? Bingo! There it is. The stipulation's fucking stupid. I'm shitting on it because it's fucking stupid. But, you want me to make a prediction? Fair. Based on the keys, in-ring performance, give it to fucking Becky. Mic promo, give it to fucking Becky. Honestly, Lyra Valkyria at this point had it when we were at Backlash thinking about this. I could see it going. I said it. I could see it going either way because I know for a fact I could see it going either way. I could see for a fact that it happens like that. It goes either way, and we end up with Becky Lynch. Or we end up with Lyra Valkyria winning, and Becky can't challenge for the title anymore, so now we gotta find something for Becky to do. As where Lyra Valkyria can fucking float around the women's division, and Becky can just stay on the top of it until we find another young and up-and-coming star, maybe like Stephanie Vakir or Julia, take it from her. Right? Valkyria's not this, and then Lyra Valkyria can go after the Women's World Championship, or after the Judgment Day, even. Go after Liv Morgan, or go after somebody else. Move her away from that. So, my prediction for the Women's Intercontinental Championship match is Becky Lynch, simply because of the stipulation that Lynch will no longer challenge for the title. But again, what are you going to do for Becky? You're going to put her back in the Women's World Championship? Great idea. Great idea. The only reason fucking Becky's there is because she took out Bayley. Bayley could even show up. Bayley's from California, so Bayley could show up and you could give Becky... Actually, I didn't think about that. Becky and Bayley could be feuding for the summer. Maybe. But then who does Lyra Valkyria face? Does she face Stephanie Vakir? Does she face Roxanne? Does she face... Like, who does she face? I don't know. The mid-card women's division title... They're good ideas. It's just... Man, the placements of these shits. The fucking placements. My final prediction for this Women's Intercontinental Championship match is that Becky wins the championship. And now, it's time for the main event. Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso versus John Cena and Logan Paul. How do I tell you this without telling you this, what I know? Okay. John Cena's walking out on Paul and Paul's getting fucked over. Summed it up. Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes need a momentum, especially Jey. He's got a World Championship match coming on next Monday's show against Gunther, which could probably lead to Seth Rollins cashing in and winning the World Championship from Jay and turning Raw upside down on his fucking head. And then, of course, hitting it on the head with a fucking hammer and nail right into the coffin of Monday Night Raw, because that's exactly what fucking Seth Rollins' win means. Seth Rollins winning the Money in the Bank would mean a whole new era of Monday Night Raw. And, of course, no longer Jey Uso Championship, which only would have lasted for... what? WrestleMania was in April, so April 20th, April 19th. Jey Uso won it April 19th, so we would have lasted, what? That's a month. Not even a month. Not even 3 months. Not even fucking 3 months. If he loses it in August, that's okay. I'm okay with him losing it in August. That's fucking fine. But I swear to God, if Sami Zayn holds it longer than fucking Uso did, oh boy, we're going to have a fucking problem. But no, John Cena is the type of person who's going to probably leave this fucking place, going to leave LA. He's going to say, fuck off. Logan Paul's going to get pinned. Probably Cody's going to pin Logan because both Cena and Jay are champions. So, you got that. Oh, that's another thing. Well, actually, I can't do it now. I already did the predictions for this. I was going to show you who... I should have showed you guys who defeated who to get in, but I've already showed you that multiple times. So yeah. So for this match is going to be the main event. This also sets up for the men's Money in the Bank match, which they could probably go and cash in later if they decide to. Honestly, if Seth wins, he'll probably do it that night, or he'll wait until Monday, probably plan it out like that. But Cody and Jay need the win just in case if Jay does, in fact, take a big major loss, it's not going to hurt his the wave of momentum. The wave of momentum will still be on Uso's side because he's got to win at Money in the Bank to kind of back him up. And heading into it, Jay's got to use whatever he can. Cody's there, so we'll see Cody back, Cena, Logan Paul. I hope we get a good night of SmackDown. I can't wait for that. In the end, my final prediction for the men's tag team match, which will be the main event, is Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso. They need it more than Cena and Paul. It sucks that Paul's getting pinned in this match, and Cena doesn't have to. But again, someone's got to take the fall, and it ain't going to be Cody. It ain't going to be our world champion, and it damn sure ain't going to be John Cena. Sorry, Paul, you're just not that fucking popular to us anymore. Sucks to suck. If any matches get added, you guys know my thing. I'll be on Twitter, or I'll hop on YouTube and say, hey, this happened in a little post or a little video. You guys know on my phone. But again, as far as I'm concerned, Jay and Cody will win this match. But yeah, that's been the Money in the Bank predictions. Let me know who you guys want to see win. Honestly, you guys want to see LA Knight? Want to see Seth Rollins? I know damn well you probably want to see John Cena. I will be here on Saturday to do the SmackDown summary, of course, for wrestling. And, of course, you will get the Money in the Bank review on the Sunday. So that's going to be the 8th, 10 a.m. Eastern. And, yeah, I can't wait to see what happens in Money in the Bank. Also, look out for Worlds Collide to happen at 3 o'clock Eastern on YouTube for free. You're getting that event for free on YouTube? That's fucking crazy. WWE doesn't do free shit on YouTube. What the fuck? No, they're doing the Worlds Collide AAA event at 3 p.m. just before Money in the Bank goes on the air. So go check that out. That's something interesting. But until then, I will see you guys later. Peace.